Arguimbau at the Red Barn Studio Gallery. Peter's going to tell us a little bit about his work today.
Hi, we're here in my studio. It's a Northlight studio, and you can see it only has one light that doesn't change. And this is where I grind my paints, right here, with all these mediums that I make, and those are the powdered pigments. With that, this is a commission, my last commission of Marion, Massachusetts. It's Bird Island Light, and it was something that I did from last summer sailing. And let's go take a tour. This is the gallery part of my studio, and it's a 1850s chestnut barn that got converted into a gallery. You can see. Here we are. This is my latest portrait that I finished this winter. It's of Sarah in her black dress. And as we continue along, there's a view of the Danieli in Venice, looking at San Gregorio. And I love painting in Venice because it's a painter's paradise. And here we're back to Great Light on Nantucket. It's part of the Opera Cup series. We have here Eleonora, which is a great Herreshoff replica. It's a great race. I sail up there every summer to do that, and I get inspired by all the classic boats. Here's a Maine scene. It's a sunset up in Brookline, Maine. Very dramatic.
Beautiful.
And we continue on. This is a painting that I finished this last fall of when I was sailing up the Hudson. We have one of my favorite paintings because it is where you start in nature and go right into a cityscape. It's a real conflict.
What's it called?
And it's called The Plaza. And it's New York City in Central Park.
Coming here?
Over here, this is a great view of Watch Hill Light with a biblical sky. You can see the sky just rushing through the painting and the waves. This is pure summer for me.
Nice.
Then we continue on.
The flag series?
Oh, this is a flag series that I've been doing for quite a number of years, and what I've noticed about flags is they're very, very emotional for people. So what I try to get in this flag is the feeling of air, and it's just flowing, and it's just in the breeze.
Yeah.
And it's really a challenge. It's very difficult to do, to get it right. Over here is what I do on my catboat.
Oh.
And when I go sailing, I do these studies. We have one at Pulpit Rock. This is Nellie, a New York 30 that I sail with in the classic regattas. Over here we have Nantucket, and that's part of the Opera Cup race. And this right here is my catboat, which has this big, huge beam in it, 12-foot by 10-foot cockpit, so that I can do these little studies for these paintings. My classic Marines. It's called the Tall Class, and it's the 1901 America's Cup contender, Columbia beating Constitution. And it's designed as a match racing painting with this streak of silver light. It's trying to make it look as fast as it can go.
Ah. And where did you find the images for that? Or
I take these from historical photographs of Herreshoffs, and I design them. And that's, I sail a gaff rig boat, which is, this is the gaff right here, and I can duplicate these images and set these compositions up because of when I'm racing against other gaff rig boats, they just, I can make the same modeling and a smaller boat look like a bigger boat.
Huh.
So this is another gaff rig design, and this is a downwind design, and this is really a spectacular luminous view of the light just bursting through the sails on a backlit painting. I'm very happy with this painting. It's just it's something that I've been trying for years to do and capture that brilliance that comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Continuing on, these are some views, some local views. This is the view of Darien with from Scott's Cove, looking at the Fish Islands where John Frederick Kensett lived. He's my favorite of all Hudson River luminous painters. And over here we have some views, a view of Riverside, very blue painting on a pristine day, and you get the whole view of this of the Riverside plus Long Island Sound in the distance. One of the clock tower down here at sunset with a rose light. It's quite a dramatic view. We have such a it's such a treat to be able to paint in this landscape because it resembles Maine and it resembles a rocky coast, and we have all these features, and it only takes catching it in the right light. Now here we are at a really exciting race. This is the Indian Harbor Classic with Nellie, and you feel like you're right in the boat with them, and you see Nor'easter, which is a Q boat, in the middle ground, and then you see the Indian Harbor Yacht Club in the distance, and it just feels like you're right in the painting with them. I'm really excited about that. This is some example of classic New York 30s. This is Caramia in the lead, backlit. Another one design with that streaking silver light just blasting away, and you can just feel the water as it's just curling over. It's a very difficult thing to represent sky, wind, and light with the water. And if you can get that flowing through the sails, then you have a very successful painting. Look at this. Now this is a sunrise scene on the beach. I've been painting down in Sea Island, Georgia, which has this incredible light and this incredible foliage and the plant life, the palmetto ferns just bursting and the wildlife everywhere. It's the marshes. It's thrilling to paint there. These is the Spanish moss and the live oaks, and I think I'll be painting there quite a lot in the winter time. It's just such a perfect climate. Here is the wall of the studies that I do for my paintings, basically. These little studies are a lot of them I paint right on site, alla prima. Some of them I paint right on my boat, which is the most fun, especially when you're in Maine. Or this is one I did in Block Island at sunrise. And here's one of Great Captain's Light from my boat. Also, this is at sunset, moonlight. You can get all these different effects by painting on the spot, and when you're on a boat, that's what's so beautiful.
Well, thank you, Peter. Great.
And that's pretty much the show.
Great tour.
I hope you can come anytime to visit my gallery. There's nothing like seeing them in person. That's what the thrill is.
And great talking to you. Thanks.